So, the Winter Olympics kicked off on February 6, 2026, marking the start of an exciting 2 weeks of competition. Also a mass gathering of athletes and famous YouTubers, some of which even recorded their trip in Italy, or explaining the games. These are Alexa Rivera, Cleo Abram, Kylie Kels, Jordan Howlett, and others. But before I start explaining, make sure to like and subscribe and click on the bell to not miss out on my videos. Now, let's cover this topic. The Winter Olympics are major international games where athletes from around the world compete in various sports. This year they're hosted in Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo. Also, this year's Winter Olympics will have 8 main sports. Alpine skiing is a Winter Olympic sport where athletes race down snow-covered slopes on skis, aiming to complete the course as fast as possible. It's also called downhill skiing in some contexts. Nordic skiing is a group of winter sports that originated in the snow-covered regions of Northern Europe, especially Scandinavia. It emphasizes endurance, technique, and versatility, and differs from alpine skiing because it generally uses gentler slopes, rolling terrain, and long distances rather than steep downhill courses. Nordic skiing is a central feature of the Winter Olympics, with several distinct events, including cross-country skiing, ski jumping, and Nordic combined. Athletes often train year-round to develop cardiovascular fitness, leg strength, and precise technique. Biathlon is deeply rooted in Northern European military traditions, particularly in Scandinavia. Its origins date back thousands of years, when people in snowy regions depended on skis for hunting, transport, and warfare. Early skiers carried primitive rifles or bows, and had to travel long distances while maintaining the ability to shoot accurately. This combination of endurance and precision laid the foundation for what would become modern biathlon. In Norway, the first organized competitions combining skiing and shooting were held as early as the 18th century. These competitions were initially designed to train soldiers for winter warfare, emphasizing speed, stamina, marksmanship, and strategic decision-making. Skiing clubs in Scandinavia formalized these practices in the 19th century, establishing structured races with penalties for missed targets. The sport evolved internationally in the 20th century. The International Modern Biathlon Union was formed, later merged into the International Biathlon Union, IBU, to standardize rules, distances, shooting positions, and competition formats. Biathlon debuted in the Winter Olympics for men in 1960 at Squaw Valley, USA, with women's events added much later in 1992 in Albertville, France. The inclusion of women marked a major milestone for gender equality in winter sports. Culturally, biathlon has been a symbol of endurance, discipline, and versatility, admired in countries with strong winter traditions such as Norway, Germany, Russia, Sweden, and France. In Norway, top biathletes are national celebrities, and World Cup races attract massive audiences both live and via TV. Biathlon also reflects historical values, survival skills, adaptability under pressure, and precision in adversity, making it both an athletic and cultural spectacle. Snowboarding is a relatively modern Winter Olympic sport, but its roots extend back to mid-20th century innovation and a fusion of surfing, skateboarding, and skiing culture. The first snowboard-like device, called the snurfer, was invented in 1965 by Sherman Poppin in Michigan. Designed as a toy for his children, the snurfer allowed riders to slide down snowy hills, laying the foundation for modern snowboarding. In the 1970s and 1980s, snowboarding developed rapidly. Enthusiasts in the US, Europe, and Japan experimented with board design, bindings, turning techniques, and aerial tricks. Initially, ski resorts often banned snowboarders due to safety and style concerns, but the sport's popularity continued to grow, particularly among youth subcultures that valued freedom, creativity, and self-expression. By the late 1980s, professional competitions emerged. such as the U.S. Open Snowboarding Championships, formalizing techniques, rules, and judging criteria. Snowboarding debuted in the 1998 Nagano Winter Olympics, with giant slalom and halfpipe events. Over time, additional Olympic disciplines were added, including slopestyle, snowboard cross, big air, and parallel giant slalom, showcasing the sport's versatility. Today, snowboarding is both a competitive sport and a cultural phenomenon. It influences fashion, media, and tourism, particularly in nations such as the USA, Canada, Japan, Switzerland, and Austria. Snowboarding celebrates innovation, risk-taking, and individuality, making it one of the most popular and visually spectacular Winter Olympic sports.